For young children, one of the things I get so excited about when they finally figure out, I do a lot of 3 plus 4, that's 7. Is this 7 too? Is this 7 too? And no matter what I do. And when they're working on the fluency aspect of adding and coming, they know 2 plus 3 is 5, and when they figure out that 5 plus 2, when they have that concept of commutativity and they understand that, they get so excited. Oh, 2 plus 3 is 5, and so is 3 plus 2, 5. I don't have to, oh, wow. You know, that's a cool thing, because that's saying conceptually they get it, and that helps them with the procedural. Assessment in an early childhood classroom and their understanding of math is difficult. I'm just going to say it's difficult because we are so test driven. We hope they do well on, quote, the test. And I'm more interested in assessment that informs instruction. I want to know what children know so that I know how best to react to them. And with that in mind, I think the most important assessment I can do with an understanding of math is if I do it in class, in settings where they really are. And that means that I can assess them in the middle of the center time when they're working by themselves or independently. I can talk around and not just ask these right or wrong questions, you know. Okay, I see you have 3 pieces of 3 counters over here and 2 over here. So how many is that altogether? And then stopping, that's ridiculous. I could ask that on anything. But really saying, how did they get that? How did they know? Why did you do that? Oh, what about if one of the things I do is I'm always the funny person or the person that says something. So if that's true, then is this the way it is? And no, Mrs. Copley, you are silly, those kind of answers, but then saying, well, why am I silly? Why did you do that? You know, those kinds of things where I just have a conversation with them and listen to them. And I can do that when I'm available, but I'm not available all the time. So sometimes I play a game with them, or I play a game as a group, and boy, can I do some interesting assessment with a game. I can find out what they're thinking about and how they did it and why did they choose that one. So there's a lot of opportunities for in-class assessment or formative assessment, and I think that's so critical and so important. Now, the harder something is to assess, the more important it is. That's been quoted by many people, and I just agree with that wholeheartedly. If it's easy to assess, it's not that important. But if it's harder to assess, like reasoning, thinking, understanding, then, boy, that's tougher to assess.